The history of uechi-ryu karate. Uechi-ryu karate is a form of Chinese boxing, a combination of three animal forms: dragon, tiger, and crane. In China, its former name was Pangai Noon, or Fuangai Noon. Grandmaster Kanbun Weiqi, the founder of uechi-ryu, was responsible for bringing this art out of China. By doing this, he lifted the veil of secrecy which guarded against the teaching of certain Chinese systems to outsiders, meaning non-Chinese. Ironically, the decision to teach the young Weiqi saved the art from being lost forever, as Pangai Noon no longer exists in China. Kanbun Weiqi was born on May 5, 1877, in Izumi, a small village of northern Okinawa. As a young man, Kanbun fled Okinawa for China, to avoid conscription into the Japanese army, and also to study karate. The best masters were to be found only in China. There, in the Fujian province, he studied Pangai Noon. His teacher was Shishiwa, or Shashibu. Kanbun studied for 10 years and became a master of Pangai Noon. He then opened his first school in Nansing, a city in Fujian province, and taught there for nearly 3 years. Near the end of that time, one of Kanbun's students became involved in a farming dispute and instinctively called upon his Pangai Noon training to kill the other man. The young man was punished, but Kanbun was also held responsible. As the instructor, he received the shame for the misuse of his teachings, and he felt fear and distrust of the city. Kanbun vowed never to teach again, closed his school, and returned to Okinawa. The year was 1910. Kanbun Weiqi has the distinction of having been the only Okinawan ever to have been accepted into China as a teacher of Pangai Noon. After his return to Okinawa, Kanbun married and began his family. His first son, Kane, was born on 26th of June, 1911. Kanbun still refused to teach or even discuss karate, and only once during the ensuing years was persuaded to reluctantly demonstrate his kata. In 1924, Kanbun moved to Wakayama Prefecture near Osaka, Japan. A few years later, he began to teach publicly once more, and his son Kane joined him in Wakayama, to soon become foremost among his students. Kane Weiqi returned to Okinawa in 1942 and began teaching at his home dojo in Nago, eventually to settle in Futima. Kanbun returned to Okinawa on 1946 and died there November the 25th of 1948. He was 71 years old. Master Kane Weiqi continued to teach at his Futima dojo until his death in March of 1991, at the age of 70. After Kane's death, there was a political fraction of the group over seniority leadership, and both called themselves uechi-ryu. In late 1991, the faction led by Master Kane Weiqi's son Kame sued for discontinuation of the use of his father's name and photos. That is when shohei-ryu was formed. However, the first 7 kata are still called the same and performed as taught by Kanbun and Kane Weiqi. Since then, 2 additional katas have been added as originally developed by Kane Weiqi, and the organization has been officially recognized by the Okinawan Karate-Do Association, and we all sincerely hope someday to repair the rift and become one organization once again. That is the short history of uechi-ryu.